What's up, Pokemaniacs? I am the Online Orphan, and I am your analyst for Season 2 of the Pokemon Uber League, or PUL for short. And here we are with another draft analysis, as today we are going to be taking a look at the Wellington Ho-Oh. So let's jump right into it. They are starting off their team with the Deoxys attack form. Obviously, this thing hits incredibly hard with nice priority moves as well. You will need a dedicated defensive mon for this Pokemon every time you prep for it. Deoxys attack is just an incredible offensive threat, of course. Next up is the Tapu Koko. Koko, definitely one of the better high-tier mons in the Draft League format. Some even believing that it is one of the best in the highest tier. Volt Switch for initiative, obviously big Thunderbolts and Dazzling Gleam. Can carry coverage like a Hidden Power or a Grass Knot. Can be physical with Brave Bird, U-Turn, and Wild Charge. Of course, setting up the electric terrain whenever it comes in. Tapu Koko, great Z Crystal user for the team as well. Next up is the Scolipede. Scolipede, a nice physical attacking bug and a poison type, and with that speed boost ability going to get an increase in its speed every single turn. Can be a nice baton passer for that as well, so that can spread around the team. Can be a Swords Dance setup variant. Nice coverage moves as well with things like Earthquake and Rock Slide, besides its, of course, Stab, Poison Jab, and X Scissor. So a great Z Crystal Mon as well for the team. He's got the Shaman. Shaman, a nice bulky grass type Pokemon, typically seen more defensive than offensive, but a Seed Flare from this thing will hit incredibly hard. Lots of great coverage moves, Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Earth Power. This thing gets a crazy number of moves, so it's really a great Assault Vest user as well. Shaman is just a really great overall Pokemon. Next up is the Crocodile. Crocodile, a great Pokemon with some great abilities. Intimidate, of course, lowering the opponent's attack stat. Or Moxie, a Scarf Moxie Crocodile can put in a lot of work. Stab knockoff is always a great thing to have. Earthquake, of course. Crocodile hits very, very hard, and again, if it is able to come in Scarf Moxie boosting away, watch out. He's got the Alomomola. Alomomola, a nice mid-tier, semi-bulky water-type Pokemon, can definitely take some hits and throw out a Scald here and there, but overall, just a bulky water-type, which is always good to have on the team. He's got these Sliggoo. Sliggoo, a nice Eviolite Pokemon in the lower tiers. Of course, having a couple of nice abilities with it as well in Gooey, slowing down an opponent that touches it. Does have some decent coverage moves as well, so could be seen Assault Vested if wanting to go that route, but fairly standard Eviolite user. He's got the Mega Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl, of course, one of the fastest Pokemon in the game, and hits incredibly hard with that Tough Claws ability. Stab, Aerial Ace, Stone Edge, hits very hard. Does have, I believe, most of the Elemental Fang attacks. Crunch Pursuit as well, so Mega Aerodactyl just hits very, very hard. As does the next Pokemon in Heatran. Heatran, a great special attacker, fire and steel type, meaning its only weakness to ground and fighting. So Heatran is a nice pair up with the Tapu Koko there. Very interesting to see that pair. But again, this thing can also be a defensive variant, having access to Stealth Rocks, Toxic, Will-O-Wisp, of course. So Heatran, a nice versatile Pokemon. He's got the Hawlucha up next, of course. Hawlucha pairing so well with Tapu Koko, the Koko-Lucha combination where Hawlucha holding the Electric Seed gets its defense boosted if the electric terrain is up, is able to Swords Dance or Substitute, and then just hit incredibly hard with stab acrobatics or high jump kicks, is able to get some nice coverage as well for fairy types like poison jab. So Halucha, Coco Lucha is really a great core strategy for Draft League format. He's also got the Mew on the team. Mew, obviously the most versatile Pokemon in Draft League format because it can learn every single move, and it just so happens to be his NEZ Crystal user, which means this Mew can literally be anything from any given week. Offensive, defensive, specially offensive, specially defensive. This thing can just come in to set rocks, defog, rapid spin, throw out a Toxic or Will-O-Wisp, have leftovers, no big deal. Or this thing can come in, set up Nasty Plot, set up Swords Dance, and just try and blow back the competition. And Mew is such an incredible Pokemon, and really incredible, to have it on this team. And last but not least, he's got the Frostlass. Frostlass, a nice ghost and ice type, of course, having decent stab cover and coverage moves there. Does get Destiny Bond as well, which is always interesting. So watch out for that one facing off against the Frostlass. I believe it also has priority, but I'm not 100% positive. But Frostlass, a nice ghost type add to the team. So looking over this team is incredibly scary and really, really something to watch out for. I mean, Fire, Water, Grass, of course, covered by the Heatran, Aloma, Mola, and Shaman. Fairy, Dragon, Steel, also covered by, once again, Heatran. And then Tapu Koko and Sliggoo. So some interesting cores there, but overall, this team really looks like it's going to work very well together. Of course, Coco Lucha pairs together perfectly. Heatran and Tapu Koko, definitely an interesting combination there. Typically, Heatran, people who draft Heatran will also draft Bulu, but I'm interested to see Coco and Heatran on a team together. So I really like this team. I think it is going to do very well in this draft league and in this format. So if you guys enjoyed this analysis of the Wellington Ho-Oh, be sure to thumbs up down below and check out the description for all of the information about the league. Once again, I am the Online Orphan, and I am signing out.